The backhand flick is one of the most tricky but most rewarding shots to master in table tennis. Once you get it down well, then it opens up a whole new level of offensive play, especially when you're returning short serves or receives. So in saying that, we're going to go through 3 tips that you can use to improve your backhand flick. So number 1, to get a good backhand flick, positioning is everything. A lot of players make the mistake of leaning too far back, standing too far back, and just not being in the right position at the right time. You want to step in with your front foot, so if you're right-handed, it's right. If you're left-handed, it's left. So step in and stand close enough to the ball that you can reach it with minimal movement. So if it's here, if you're too far back or too upright, you're going to lose control and power. It's not going to be as high quality of a shot as if you step in and hit. Another element of positioning is timing. You want to be there at the right time. And the right time to contact the ball is at the highest point. Let the ball bounce and then come up to its highest point and then flick. This is basically just going to give you a higher margin for error, because it's going to be hard to play a backhand flick when you're so close in, which is below the net. When you play the ball at the highest point, you're going to have a straighter and more direct angle to hit the ball. So the second tip I have is to master your wrist and the movement you have to do with it. The wrist plays a huge role in the backhand flick, and it's responsible for that snappy acceleration in your shot. So essentially what you're doing is you're stepping in, reeling your wrist back, and then snapping forward. And you want to hold the racket loose, and then tension with the snap and forward. You want to snap with a brushing motion over the top of the ball, because this will help the ball curve back down and it'll stop it from going over the end of the table. And you really want to use your wrist, and with this, you want to make sure your arm is out front so you have room to maneuver. If your arm is too close, you don't have that much room. You need to bring your sort of elbow out forward and use this room to... So we've discussed the positioning and timing that you need to play the backhand flick. We've discussed the action that you need to use. But there's one more thing, and that's the footwork. A solid backhand flick isn't just about the action of the positioning. You need good footwork to get into the right position and then play with the action. Footwork will give you confidence with the shot, and you're going to be able to use it more effectively in your matches. For footwork with this stroke, you have to focus on quick, precise movements unless you're playing a backhand flick from the other side of the table. So it's nice, quick adjustments, step in, play. And like with any other thing, repetition is going to build confidence. If you can do this stroke 1,000 times, you're probably going to make it on the table in your match. So yeah, focus on your positioning and your timing at the top of the bounce. Use your action, but also don't forget that you need your footwork to do those things. So anyways, those were my 2 cents on the backhand flick. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.